Welcome to the Analytical, where today we will be discussing the top 10 free agency signings in the NFL offseason. I picked 5 offensive players and 5 defensive players for this list. If you believe a player got snubbed from this list, put their names down below in the comment section and tell me why. If you enjoy these type of videos, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications. Let's get into it. For the first part of this video, we will cover the top 5 offensive players first and then the top 5 defensive players. The first player on this list is Mike McGlinchey. Mike signed with the Denver Broncos for a 5-year, $87.5 million deal with $50 million guaranteed. The initial reaction to the deal was the Broncos overpaid for a tackle of Mike's caliber. However, I do disagree with that. Mike isn't the best tackle in the league, but he's very serviceable and a must need for the Broncos. In 1,000 plus snaps, Mike only allows 6 sacks in the 2022 season. On PFF, Mike is ranked 35th out of 69 tackles in the league with a rating of 70.3. The Broncos O-line needed some upgrades and Mike is one. The Broncos recently brought in Hall of Fame caliber coach and Sean Payton, and Sean wants his quarterback Russell Wilson protected. Russell Wilson wasn't Russell Wilson of the past last year, but Sean will try to return Russell Wilson to his former glory, and it starts in the trenches. Plus, Mike McGlinchey gave us this infamous clip against Micah Parsons where he got tossed to the side like Moore Mills. The next offensive player on this list will be Juju Smith-Schuster. The Patriots have to continue to add talent to their roster because they aren't that great right now. They're in the contention for the DeAndre Hopkins sweepstakes, but D-Hop market isn't looking that great right now. Why not add a Super Bowl champion wide receiver to your roster? The Patriots signed Juju for a 3-year, $33 million contract with $16 million guaranteed. Juju's only 26 years old and had his second best season statistically in Kansas City, where he racked up just under 1,000 yards and 3 touchdowns. Outside of that punt return by Kadarius Toney, arguably Juju made the play of the game in the Super Bowl to deny Philly a chance to make a comeback. Under Bill Belichick, Juju's production in New England should increase. Dalton Schultz is one of the most underrated signings in the free agency process. In the past 3 years with Dallas, Dalton racked up 2,000 yards receiving and 17 touchdowns. The Texans need to continue to rebuild, and adding Dalton Schultz to help their new rookie quarterback in the passing game is great. What is even better for the Texans is that they got him on a super cheap 1-year deal. Dalton signed with the Texans for a 1-year, $9 billion deal. On PFF in 2022, he posted a rating of 68.3, ranking him 18th out of 69 tight ends in the league. The year prior, Dalton had a rating of 78.2, which would have put him top 5 in the league. With this signing, the Texans are trending in the right direction. The next signing will be Jawaan Taylor. The Kansas City Chiefs needed to regroup after losing Orlando Brown in free agency, and grabbing Jawaan was a great way to accommodate for that. However, Jawaan is no Orlando Brown. He ranked 65th out of 69 tackles in the league last year according to PFF. Statistically, his best season was in 2019 with a rating of 63.7, which is below average. I do believe Andy Reid and the Chiefs can coach him up to become one of the better tackles in the league. The Chiefs are the Chiefs at this point, and as long as they have Patrick Mahomes, they are Super Bowl contenders. However, the Chiefs management needs to protect their franchise quarterback so he can continue to dominate. The Super Bowl against the Tom Brady-led Bucks is a great example of why you need to keep the O-line strong. In the Super Bowl against the Eagles, the Chiefs O-line allowed 0 sacks against the 70-sack Eagles defense. Adding Jawaan Taylor on a 4-year, $80 million contract will allow the Chiefs to continue to dominate even the best D-lines in the league for years to come. The last player on the offensive list will be Jakobi Meyers. He isn't a big superstar name, but he makes superstar plays. Ironically, Jakobi is headed to Las Vegas, where he will be a good addition to the wide receiver room, which has Devontae Adams and Hunter Renfrow in it. The Raiders are having uncertainty right now with both of their star wide receivers, but I'm sure things will work out. Jakobi's only 26 years old and progressing despite early troubles in the first few years in the NFL. In the past 2 years, he racked up 1,670 yards and 8 touchdowns. The Raiders are now led by Jimmy Garoppolo, who isn't the best quarterback, but is good enough to get some production from his crew. Hopefully, Jakobi can take a step up and get his first 1,000-yard season. Javon Hargrave received a massive bag from the 49ers. He signed for a 4-year, $84 million contract, making him the 5th highest paid DT in the league. Javon was a tremendous force in the NFL last year. He racked up 11 sacks from the DT spot, which is very high production sack-wise from that spot. He played a major part in the Eagles' 70-sack season where they dominated up front. Javon will join a stacked defense with the likes of Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. Obviously, Javon doesn't care about the legacy like someone we know on the Suns right now. The Eagles beat the 49ers last year in the conference championship to advance to the Super Bowl. In that game, multiple quarterbacks went down, leaving the 49ers fans hopeless and upset about the end results. Javon will only elevate one of the best defenses in the league even more. The 49ers will be a team competing for a very long time. I love this move for Atlanta. Let's be honest here, Atlanta is a very good team right now, but I will say they are quietly making moves to get better, and adding talent is a great way to do that. The Falcons' offense has actually gotten quite good. However, their defense is what most people have been talking about. Adding Jessie Bates to that secondary that now has Jeff Okudah and AJ Terrell is a big addition. In a weak NFC South, the Falcons could sneakily get that 1 seed. It heavily depends on Desmond Ridder and their defense. Jessie has held down the safety spot for the Bengals and now will help the run game, where he ranks 6 out of 69 on PFF and 24th overall as a safety. You heard it here first, watch out for the Falcons. In the Windy City, Chicago has been adding a ton of talent over this offseason, and one of the biggest acquisitions was Tremaine Edmunds. Edmunds is one of the best linebackers in the NFL, and he will pair with another talented linebacker, TJ Edwards, in Chicago. He is set to make $72 million over 4 years. Chicago, like Atlanta, just needs to continue to add talent. They're heavily depleted, but adding superstars to your team can add a major boost in production. The Bears only won 3 games last year, but I do think they can add some wins in the win column next year. Their dad, Aaron Rodgers, finally left them for a new family, which historically speaking, it builds character. The Bears did have a productive draft, so the pieces are starting to come together. We as a football fan base are looking to see how Justin Fields progresses next year, but this is a step in the right direction. Bobby is the next entry on this list, and he's somebody most fans around the NFL probably do not know, but Colts fans will tell you that he is the real deal. Bobby in 2022 was an amazing run defender from the linebacker spot, with a grade of 79.3. He was also top 10 in the league with 112 tackles and tied for third with 2 forced fumbles. The Colts couldn't pay him what he deserved, so he hit the market. The Giants immediately scooped him up for a 4-year, $40 million contract. He would join a very needy linebacker core and immediately make an impact on their defense. The NFC East is heavily screwed towards the Eagles and the Cowboys of late, and this addition should help a bit. However, the Giants are having some uncertainty with Saquon Barkley, so that is worth monitoring. Last but not least is CJ Gardner-Johnson. CJ Gardner-Johnson is an interesting case. He recently left the Saints to go prove himself on the Eagles last season. Before injury, he was leading the league in interceptions with 6 overall. He intercepted 6 balls by week 9 of the NFL. Who knows without the injury against the Saints how many more he could have gotten. He also played a huge role in the playoffs and then Super Bowl against Patrick Mahomes. After the season, the Eagles organization and the Eagles fans wanted to keep the explosive safety, but he denied a 3-year, $21 million contract and hit the free agency market. He then signed with the Detroit Lions on a 1-year deal. There he had to prove himself again in a feisty Detroit environment. I'm excited to see what he can bring to that team. He has the type of feisty energy Detroit needs and has been building over there with Dan Campbell. I think they're going to be a very interesting team to watch next season. Thank you for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please like the video, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications for more videos like this one.